Hi, good afternoon. This is Mike with Lakeshore RV, and I want to congratulate Ron and Chrissy on their purchase of their brand new 2023 Torque 322. So we'll go around the outside, point out a few items, and then jump inside and do the same thing. Two 30-pound tanks. These are both full and ready to go. You got your battery up top there. You got your power tongue jack that'll raise and lower, and there's also a light on the front. And as you can see, the cap has some decorative lighting on it. It's got some nice storage in the front here. Now this trailer's prepped for an inverter and solar. Here's the battery disconnect for that. Battery disconnect for the main coach. There's your light. Also has the tire link that we talked about. And there's your junction box. So if you do the inverter, it'll run right through there. Power jacks all the way around. So once you get it back in your site, level the coach out, hit the button, drop the jacks down. It'll keep your trailer nice and stable. Moving on to the water heater. This runs off gas or electricity. This is a 10 gallon, so a little bit bigger than most. If you want to turn off electricity, the switch is here. If you want to turn off propane, there's a switch inside for propane, and I will point that out to you as well. This is intake and exhaust for your furnace. Good size awning. It's powered. There's a light underneath it. TV on the outside as well as a griddle. Now this griddle will quick connect to that fitting there and run off the main propane tanks. Also has a 110 small refrigerator. Running water on the outside. You have electrical. Outside shower. You can hook a hose up to this. And then you got your city water. So when you get to your campsite, hook up to the city water. Turn it on, you run right off the pressure from that hose. Otherwise, you stick a hose in here, you fill up that fresh gallon or fresh water tank, and you can take all that water with you. And these are the black tank flushes. Once we go over the sewer dumping system, I'll refer back to these, but generally those will flush out the black tank for you. Aluminum rims, we've got them torqued at 110 pounds. The factory's done it. The driver probably did it on his way over here, and then we've done it. But you might want to check it again before your next trip periodically, and this is kind of what the factory is recommending. There's vents, so if you're running down the road, you can open these up, circulate air. You got your fuel nozzle in the back here. The generator will also run off the same 30-gallon tank. So again, generator or fuel station. For that, there's your 30-amp cord. Unit has two air conditioners as well. You'll need the 30 amps to run both. And then you got your sewer in the back and your gate valve for the rear toilet. So hook up, pull that, dump it, leave it open, hook a hose up to that black tank flush, let it run for a few minutes, but just make sure that's open when you're putting water in the black tank, so it's got somewhere to go. And then right above that, you got satellite cable TV hookups. Real big super slide. Give you lots of room on the interior. And then actually, I'm going to correct myself. Here's the fuel tank for the generator. So this one actually has two tanks. And then you got some more gate valves here. That's for the front toilet. Again, pull that, dump it, hook a hose up, flush it. Once that's all flushed out, then you can go ahead and shut the hose off, close that, and then you pull your gray. That's the small handle over there. That's bathroom sink and shower water, and that'll kind of rinse everything out for you. Manually, you can crank that up and down there. In case the power jacks fail, then you got to wait till at least get them up and get moving. 4,000 watt Onan generator. Fired that up, tested everything off this as well. There's a start button outside here. There's also a start button on the inside. As you come in the door here, all your breakers and fuses are just to the right. So anything that runs off electricity runs through a breaker. Everything's labeled. Anything that runs off the battery is fused. If a fuse blows, a light will come on next to it. So if you walk by and there's a light on, there's a fuse blown. Refrigerator runs off gas or electricity. Looks to be 8 cubic foot. You turn it on and off here, and then you can extend the button and just bypass it and run it off propane, or you can just stick it in or push it into auto. With auto, it'll run off electricity, and if you unplug the RV or shut the generator off, it's going to be smart enough to switch over to propane, and it does that all automatically. And then flipping over to the kitchen here, residential size microwave, 3-burner stove and oven. You got a TV above the stereo system on the wall there. That'll rotate. One key fits all the locks, which is a great idea. And then over here you got your power control system. You can do 30 amps, 20 amps, 15 amps. And then this will tell you what has power. So the fridge, water heater, AC is also powered. And it tells me my amp draw on it. So this is your monitor panel. It'll let me know how full the battery's doing. So if battery's full, fresh tank is empty. Guys emptied it. Black 1 and black 2 are empty. Gray 1's empty. And then gray 2 would be if you had additional gray tanks. They use this for all the Heartland products. Water pump is if you're using a freshwater tank, you turn the pump on. If you're drawing off the city water, then you don't need the pump. Propane switch for the water heaters next to it. I'm not going to turn it on now because there's no water in it, but hit the button, fires up automatically. And then these are all lights and they're labeled. Awning, extend, retract. And then this will do your slide out. As for the slide out, just make sure you didn't get anything in the way when you're coming in or out. Make sure like there's no debris on the floor. There's no sticks on top of the slide out. So just make sure that's cleared before you bring it in. And then you can fire up the generator with that button right there as well. And you got your great big king size bed. Storage underneath. Got a skylight there. Ground fault, so this is for all the outlets. So if you lose power to one, check it here. You may have just tripped a breaker. You got your bathroom sink, toilet. And then this is for the rear AC. So you got high. You could just run the fan without the air being on. Otherwise you can drop it down to cool. Set your thermostat. And again, this is for the rear AC. Some lighting. This will raise and lower the bed. So bottom one is for the bench. What you do is you roll these over, put it in the bed position, and then you push the button, you run it up. Once the button is ran up past that top hole, these pins come with it. Stick the pin in that hole, and then that holds the top bunk up, and then you can go ahead and lower the bottom. So the bottom just pushes it along. So again, you push the bottom bunk up, the top bunk up using the bottom, get it above that hole, stick a pin, there's one for each corner, pin it up, and then lower it back down, and then you'll have plenty of headroom. Otherwise, if you want to use it for sleeping, then it's more for this. Also, the bed's fold up and down. Right now it's folded up. If you want to fold it down, pull this, the whole bed will swing down in the vertical position, and you put the pin in again. But for right now, just like this, you put a pin in it for traveling. That way it doesn't flop down on your bike. So this is the Happy Jack system, pretty easy to use. There's AC vents above you. So they're all ducted through the same one, or you can open that up and dump the air right down on you. And then here's the half bath. You got your toilet. With the toilet, you want to drop chemicals in the tank. It'll break down the waste. It'll break down the odor. Or I'm sorry, it'll help with the odor and break down the toilet paper. And then you just step on the pedal, and that's where you put everything at. And again, if you have any questions, you got my number. Feel free to give me a call. Again, this is Mike with Lakeshore RV, 231-855-9998. Thank you.